I thought, what can I bring to the table? And I thought I'd present the GTN from a more trainer perspective. So for someone who's here very new and does not know what the GTN is, it's an open access learning platform. We have fair training materials. You can use it for self-study or in a classroom setting, and it's community driven. So everyone here is, I guess, more or less contributing. Some numbers. We have now 35 topics in total, and 30 of them are scientific topics. The GTN exists since 10 years, more or less, and we have great numbers. So we have almost 500 tutorials now, and 500 contributors, which is very great. So how can you use the GTN for education? So what is really great, what we always promote is a Galaxy lets you focus on the science. So if you use the GTN and Galaxy, just do your course and don't worry about installations. So as a trainer, if you are starting now, as I already said, we have so many tutorials. Maybe you want to teach a topic and the tutorial already exists. So please feel free to browse through this GTN or the learning pathways, which is not new feature, but more recent. And so there are 27 learning pathways. If a learning pathway does not exist for you, you can also create your own. And you are quite flexible in how you would like to do this. So here is an example which doesn't work yet, which you see it's grouped into modules. But for example, if you want to do a workshop, just use Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's my program, and then just reuse the learning path. Then, of course, as a trainer, you might also wonder, how can I improve my teaching? And we have a train the trainer. We have materials, but of course also a learning pathway. So feel free to improve your teaching skills. And of course the great TS, which again lets you focus on the science and not the computation time. You get these nice dashboards during your training, and that gives you a lot of control of what your class is doing. If some people are behind, if you need to slow down, if you can go faster. But that's usually not the case. And it also gives us the opportunity to collect some numbers. So since 2018, we have 550 events and almost 220,000 students that we train somehow in some capacity. Yeah, and of course there is a request form on EU, but on also many other instances, so just request. Then, so to connect the trainers a little bit better, there is the possibility in the contributors YAML to indicate that you are open for training. And I think not many people know that. So if you like to teach, like to train, just set this one to true, and people know that they can contact you. And one more feature I really want to highlight are the event pages. They are also a bit more recent. I don't know if all of you discovered them by now. I love them. You will have two options on how to host an event. You can just give an external link or create your own event page. So here you have Yeah. Here you have several tabs. And the first one is the course overview. You have lots of freedom in a free text on how to specify what you want to do. But you can also give a location and it will show a nice map on where participants need to go. You can specify for whom the course is quite clearly and give a registration link. So the link to another, I don't know, Google Docs or whatever you use. And all of the organizers, instructors, helpers are listed there. So participants can also see who's coming and contact the people. Then next tab is the program. And here it's really easy because we already, so if you are using the GTN tutorials, you just specify what tutorial you want to teach. And you get this in the nice known tabular format. But for example, you can also specify a time on when approximately the tutorial will be taught, or as in this example, because you never know how long you take, to specify when you start and you end. So you have lots of freedom there to make your program. Then the next tab is the settings. So most of the time it's enough to just say, okay, use that instance and we have a TS. For example, I think for the admin course, there are lots of more specification for setups, and that's also possible. And the last tab is the instructor zone. This will be automatically generated for you and gives you some hints. For example, where to find the tiers is linked there. And thanks to Arash, as soon as you have your event on the GTN, it will get also into the Galaxy Hub. And it will get posted on social media automatically. And of course, it will appear on the GTN horizon. And it looks nice if we have many events there, so please feel free to put your event up. The biggest training event we do each year is the Galaxy Training Academy. It will come up next year again for people who did not participate or don't know what the event is. It's a 5-day global event, so we connect all of the Galaxy instances and we connect all of the Galaxy instances and therefore we can support people 24/7 more or less with their questions. And participants need to go through their materials by themselves and just ask for any questions. Okay. So I think the harder part is before the event because we need to update almost all of the tutorials that we put on the program. And I think the most difficult thing to convince people is the recordings, to re-record every year. And I thought I'd give you a bit of empowerment here to show the feedback from the participants. So we asked them how often they use the videos, if there is a video available, and almost all of them, so 10 is the highest number, so almost all of them are highly using the recordings. So maybe that helps you if you record that your recording will be valued. Sorry, wrong direction. Okay. So we have great numbers each year, which is good. We never know how many people show up. But my feeling was that last year, even though there was less Slack interaction, more people watched the videos, we had more certificates, so I hope the numbers are growing. There will be a new one next year. If you want to help in organization, we have a call for organizers at the moment, and we will ask you to help with the trainings. And yeah, events like this on the GTN are not possible without the community, with all of you. So thanks a lot. And we also try to value your contribution, of course, by listing all of the contributions. We also do this for the funders or entities you are working at. I just wanted to point this out because this might be helpful if you are writing a report. You have one page where everything is listed, just to keep in mind. And I need to thank some more people. So I guess the GTN would not be possible without Berenice, Helena, and especially Saskia, who's very patient with me and all of my questions. And yeah, special thanks to them, but thanks to everyone who's contributing and you for listening.
And we thank Teresa for keep this running. Quick question, only one. Otherwise, you can also go to Teresa's poster.
Yeah.
I don't have any question. I just wanted to see you running here. No, I have one, but maybe it's for Arash about the implementation of the events page, because this connection with the GTN and the Galaxy Hub is interesting. But can we also connect it to something else that it's a bit more chaotic and has no mentality schema or anything like this? I'm asking because in the imaging community there is now microscopy DB and people are converging into this. So basically, whenever we have an event, we put it in microscopy DB, and then the different websites for the different communities, they just retrieve the data from with the API from that database. And it's a bit free format, so it's not great, I think. But could we also, if I put something in the GTA, get it in that repository so that, yeah, we should talk about this. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Teresa.